Guys, what is going on? Stevie, we're scotching things. Hey, you had 2 videos today, and that's only because yesterday I watched season 2 finale of The Mandalorian. Yes, I am old. I am a Star Wars fan. I grew up in the greatest time ever for a kid in the early 80s. And Star Wars meant a lot to me growing up. You know, if you're a kid that's, you know, I'm 45, so if you're a kid that grew up in the 80s, it was magical. I remember the first time, you know, and it was cool for me because it was something I watched with my dad for the first time. It was kind of our thing, and then my brother got older and we could play together, and then that was our thing. But I remember in 2nd grade, for my birthday, I got Jabba's palace little thing with Jabba the Hutt, and on Reese getting to take it to school for show and tell or whatever that day, and because on your birthday you got to bring something, and, you know, playing with it out in the playground with my friends. And then after school for my birthday party, my dad took me and a bunch of my friends to the movie release of Return of the Jedi. So it's just got a real vivid memory for me, and it brings back great memories. And like I said, I love Star Wars as a kid. I love Star Wars, you know, I love Star Wars. Does that make me, I'm not a super fan. It's just something from my childhood, and as I've grown up, I was lucky enough that they made the prequels when I was in my 20s. You know, was that, yeah, they were okay. I loved them when they came out. Didn't care, don't care now. And then when the last trilogy, when that came out, oh, you were just super excited, especially because if you were some of my age, you got to see the OG characters. Did I think Disney did an injustice to the OG characters? Yeah. So, I mean, Luke Skywalker was my hero growing up, man. You want to talk about just the coolest guy ever. And I just felt that they kind of played him like a fool in these last 3 movies. Those are just my thoughts. But, so, then Disney Plus announces, you know, The Mandalorian. Dude, and also, if you're a kid from my age, who doesn't love Boba Fett or Mandalorians? Just the coolest armor ever, right? So I started watching that show last year, but what was cool is my kids are at an age now, and it's different for me because I have all girls. I have 4 girls. So they're not as into Star Wars, let's say, as boys, or most girls. But I got them to watch them, and so we started watching them when my eldest, I have triplets, they were 12, so over a year ago, because they're 13 and a half now. But oh shit, turn my blinker the wrong way. But I got them to watch them with me, and my youngest, who's now 7, was 6 at the time, she kind of got really into it. But it was just fun for us as a father and daughters, just like it probably was for my dad and me. It was something that we had. More so, you know, I think my older girls just went along with it just because. But my youngest really gets into it, likes watching them. So yesterday, I watched it a day late, and thank God, you know, didn't see any spoilers. So spoiler, if you're watching this video and haven't, well, too late, because it's been a couple days now. But, you know, I thought The Mandalorian's been really good. Really good. Are all episodes good? Nah, some are kind of dull, but it's like any TV show. But it's cool because it gives you something weekly to look forward to. And for the most part, it's been pretty good. And what I liked about it, and what I didn't even notice until yesterday when someone pointed it out, because that's how good Star Wars is at it. I'm talking about the original, let's say the original 6 films, not this last monstrosity of trilogies. But Star Wars, and I don't want to get political about it, but I felt, and when people have talked about it in the recent years about the newer movies and the characters, but I felt I think when you look back and think about it, Star Wars has always been really good at diversity and showcasing strong women and ethnic characters. Go look at the original 6 movies, okay? And tell me that they're not. So these last 3 movies, everybody felt that was kind of forced down their throats. And I kind of have to agree. Well, what Favreau and Dave Filoni have done with The Mandalorian, it's like old school Star Wars. Strong characters all the way around, female, ethnic, male, whatever. But they do it in a way where you don't notice it and it doesn't feel forced and you enjoy the character more. That's just me. I didn't even notice yesterday in the final battle sequence when the four women were charging in, that it was 4 women until I saw someone else mention it. And it was awesome. You weren't like, women. No, it was good because it felt natural. It didn't feel forced down your throat. And that's important for, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think strong female characters are important, especially, I've got 4 daughters, guys, trust me. And for them to be able to watch this and no, it's not BS, but like look up to these characters, that's awesome. But, honestly, like when they started bringing back older characters, you're like, wow, this, like when Boba Fett came back this season, that was just cool, man, cool. But at the end of the episode yesterday, when you saw that single X-Wing, and go watch, there's reaction videos, and I'm not one of these like super fans, I'm a fan for life. But I'm not into all these extended universe and all this. I'll watch the TV shows, I'll watch the movies. I didn't really ever get into the, I don't get into the comics or the books or anything like that. But just as a movie and TV show fan, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader's was the baddest of the baddest. Luke's his son. Luke defeated him. Luke was the baddest of the baddest. And you got to see his progression through those first 3 movies. And then these last 3, you thought, awesome, we're going to get to see how awesome Luke was as a Jedi Knight Master, right? Didn't happen. He milked cows and stuff like that. But in that episode yesterday, now spoiler if you haven't seen it, go watch it or whatever, but I know if you're a fan of Star Wars, then you've seen it. But when that single X-Wing came on screen, you were kind of like, ooh. And I kind of had a feeling, but then you're also like, no. And then, honestly, right away, I saw it was in black and white, the footage, and you saw the cloaked figure, and you're like, Luke. Yep, it's Luke. And then you kind of see a gloved hand, you're like, yeah, it's Luke, that's awesome. But then it goes to color, and you see the green lightsaber, and yeah, man, you get emotional. Like, I wasn't crying or anything, but there's this emotional attachment you have to something that, like I said, I'm 45, and I've been playing with Star Wars and watching Star Wars for as long as I can remember, since a child. And, to have an emotional attachment to this character, and then to be excited for his return only to be let down in the last 3 movies, and then all of a sudden to see him just kicking butt, like he's, because he's the dude, man. It was awesome, and it was emotional, and it was awesome that my daughters got to see the real Luke Skywalker, and not this old hermit man who milks cows and drinks green or blue milk or whatever it was. It was just awesome. And I think if you watch people's reactions online, they had the same feeling. A lot of them got more emotional than I did, but it was an emotional, well done show. And you have to give it to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, who get Star Wars, who've put the right directors in. Nothing felt forced, really, and there wasn't any political backlash like you'd see, like you've seen from the last 3 Star Wars movies. They just kind of went in and have done their thing over the last 2 years. And as far as I can tell, I didn't see anything in the news about identity politics, anything. They just made a good show. And they brought Luke back to life and made him the character he was supposed to be. And as a lifelong Star Wars fan and a giant, huge Luke Skywalker fan, you just gotta respect that and say thank you. So thanks for watching, guys. Totally off topic. Like, share, subscribe. I just wanted to give my thoughts because it is, you know, you thought with the prequel trilogy or the last trilogies, you're like, I'm gonna get to see Luke Skywalker again, and we did, but it wasn't our Luke. So really cool. Call me a nerd, whatever, but I just really enjoy the movies, and my kids enjoy them. So all right, that's all I got to say. I just wanted to say what it meant to me and how cool it was. So thanks for watching. Check out my sunglass giveaway video right here, and stay tuned for some more cool stuff. Bye.